very welcome, dear football freaks, a new episode of Talking K-Town. My name is Matze, and of course I'm not alone. I'm very thankful that my dear friend Steven is again with me, and we're going to talk about the erste FC Kaiserslautern. Steven, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm glad we kind of put this episode off so we wouldn't have to follow up a loss.
Yeah, exactly.
We sandwiched that between two wins, so it's a little bit more festive atmosphere now that we can have episode 2.
Very good thought, but first up, the thing as we did last time.
Rule number 1.
Rule number 1.
Crack the beer.
Cheers, bro.
Prost.
Prost. Awesome. Awesome.
I think the after work beer is probably the best tasting beer in the world, because you leave your office behind and you get home, you're like, I need to get rid of this stress. So you crack open that beer and it's like, oh yeah, it's my favorite beer of the day, the post work beer.
Okay. On a usual weekday, right, but on a match day, I would say the victory beer tastes way better.
Beer. Or the goal beers that you don't drink, but they end up on you.
On you, exactly. So you're talking about goals. The last time we were talking was the next upcoming game, St. Pauli, and we won, of course. What were your thoughts about the game?
We have to look back, 3 weeks now, or 3 matches.
Yeah.
I just remember them being another. This is a team that's been in the second league for a while now, so these are kind of one of the. I guess it's a game that you can test where you're at on your team to see if you can compete at that level. When you're fighting Hannover 96, when you're fighting Paderborn, and these other clubs that have been there, Nuremberg, and especially last week against Fort, which came from the Bundesliga. I consider those matches very important, as to see where you're at, where your club is development wise in that division. And I thought that we in a home environment that was very rowdy.
Yeah.
I think we really made the most of what we had. And I'll get into some thoughts about that later. Not a lot of opportunities, but what we've done so far this year is what little chances that we do have, we tend to take advantage of them. Whether it be a mistake on the other side, and we take advantage of it, or just we might not have as many shots on goal, but it seems that we make the most of those opportunities.
That's absolutely right. I think the way we're using our chances in front of the goal is way better than the last few years.
Yeah.
And we were ahead like the whole game with 2 goals. Yeah. But then I think it was the 89th minute? So it was very, very close to the end of the game when St. Pauli scored.
Yeah.
And was it just me, or did you have the same thoughts? Oh my God, we're going to make it a draw again.
Yeah, I was listening to the English American commentary. I think it's done from the UK. They have a British fella that does the commentary, and Redondo had just put in what we would call the closer.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, it's a done deal. They turn around a minute later, and 2 minutes later, and Medic puts in a shot, and I'm like, oh wow, they're not gonna go quietly, and but the difference between our club now and our club 2 years ago, we might have lost that game because this team didn't handle adversity very well. If they got behind early, that feeling of pressure followed them throughout the rest of the game. Now we can play behind or we can get ahead, and we can kind of play with confidence. And that's one of the biggest changes that I've seen with our club in the last 2 or 3 years.
You just said it, the 2 or 3 last years. I think if we had been in the situation 2 years ago, we just started to get so nervous that we make mistakes and they took the advantage and make it a draw or even a victory. But that didn't happen this time, and I'm very happy about it, of course.
Yeah. And seeing Redondo, right now, he's probably... I mean, he's always been really good, but right now, if I were to give a most improved player award, it would be Kenny Redondo. He's involved in every offensive attack, whether he's getting a goal or if he's making something open, getting an assist. We all want Boyd to put the points on the board, and he's going to be our big weapon, but Redondo has really been in the mix. I mean, I don't know how many goals he has total this year. I think he's got 2 or 3. Two. And Boyd's got 2, I think. Then, this past weekend, Mike Wunderlich finally got in.
Yeah.
But Redondo has really impressed me with his mindset on offense. We need him.
Many people are not angry or I think many people are not seeing Redondo as good as he is. He is very fast, especially with the ball, where we can talk about it later when we're coming to the game against Greuther Fürth. Yeah. I think he's really, really good, and I would agree if what you said with giving him an award for the best improvement through the last season, including this one. Yeah. So we got the 3 points out of the game against St. Pauli. Yeah. A team which was very long on the top of the table last season in the second league, and. How did you call it? The game where you see where you are in the table?
Just the standings.
The standing, yeah.
Or the table, yeah.
Yeah,
and what we call it. Yeah.
We had a real tough starting with Hannover, and St. Pauli is hard as well. Between was Kiel, and we really handled the situation very, very good. Then the next team were Paderborn, and this is a game where we could talk like an hour, I think, because are you there, bro?
I'm here. Yep.
Oh, was it?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
Paused briefly there.
Okay, no problem.
We're good. Internet problem somewhere.
Okay, Paderborn is really hardcore in front of the goal. They started the season with 5-0 against Karlsruhe. They did beat Hannover 69 4-2. They are so extremely good, and they played against Kiel 7-2. This is really insane. And then we played with 10 men for the half of the game, and they just won by 1 goal. I think that this is so huge. This is so extremely good, if you ask me.
Exactly.
And unfortunately,
sometimes the good doesn't come out of the score. If you look at, we lost 1-0, a lot of people will say, we must not have done anything right that game. But when you really peel away the onion and you see, hey, they only had 10 guys for a while on what I considered a very, very wrong call for a red card for that. I think it was a football play that just ended up looking bad. But a lot of people will look at that score and say, they must not have had, they must not have played very well. Well, we played very well considering who we were playing and how that match kind of evolved from the start to the finish.
Exactly. And if you see the first half where we were still 11 players, we had 3 or 4 really good chances. But, well, their keeper isn't just there for decoration. He's there to keep the ball away from the goal, which unfortunately he did. But we were really fighting, and this is what we said last time, and I just have to repeat myself. If I see them fight with passion, with power, with all they have, I have no problem with losing. And what they did on the pitch was so good. And after we got the Zug taken away from us with the red card, you just said it. It is a red card, but if you keep in mind that the player from Paderborn, he pulled the jersey first. Yeah. So it would be a foul. So an offense foul.
Yeah, so, an offensive foul. Yeah.
So what the hell?
Yeah.
This is a real tough call. And the first up, the referee said it's going to be a yellow card and a penalty. But then the video assistant referee were saying, "Oh, check the situation again." It took like 10 minutes. It felt like 10 minutes. And then, the red card. And that screwed us over, because I think a draw would be totally fine. And if we had taken our chances better, we could have won. But still, a 1-0 against Paderborn is a fine result.
Yeah, it's respectable. Very respectable. Yeah.
So if you see, Paderborn has 12 goals plus this season.
Their goal differential is
just hardcore.
Insane. Yeah.
Just insane, yeah.
But they're going to be what we call a handful. They're going to be really difficult to deal with wherever they end up. If it's still here in the second league, or if they go up to the Bundesliga, I mean that's a lot of firepower. And I don't even know any of their players, but I see the match results every Saturday when I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, wow, Paderborn just took somebody else behind the woodshed and beat the crap out of them.
Well said. Well said. It come on, 7-2 in a regular league game. Yeah. Okay, Bayern just won 7-0, but man, and here's the thing: Paderborn had, I think, 2 or 3 of these seasons where they played so extremely good, and then they screwed up themselves. Yeah. I have no idea what happened, but it's like the same thing with Magdeburg now. Excuse me. This season, they're on the bottom of the table. Last season, they were in front.
On the top? Yeah.
I think from the 4th match day, they were leading the table. And now they're unfortunately on the bottom, because I think they deserve a better place. But, well, by deserving, you don't win any games. Yeah.
Looking at the reversal of fortune. And I know it's too early in the season to really say, they don't belong up here, because it takes a while for teams to adjust to a new league. So maybe they have jitters. I don't know. Maybe they're playing to unreasonable expectations. I don't know. But maybe, looking at our fortune so far, maybe we have a team that's more prepared to play at this level, whereas, they were prepared as far as a team to win the third, but when they came up to much more difficult opponents, that lineup maybe isn't as good as they thought it was.
Yeah. But the season is still long, so let's see what's going to happen. I don't want to rush it, but no. Rush it, yeah. I don't want to rush the situation, but we have a lot of other stuff to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go to the game on Sunday.
Oh,
man, that was...
Wonderful. I saw the live stream. It was really fun.
Not for me, brother. My blood pressure was higher than than the depths of some company. I don't know.
All I have to say is, thank God I live in Cleveland, where we have really good hospitals right around the corner. So if I had a heart condition, I'm a 5-minute drive from the clinic, and I will be in good hands. So
me too, fortunately. This is why I moved to Neustadt. You know, we have a hospital right around the corner as well. So,
well, it's like you're watching the game like this. You know, it's like a horror movie. You know, you're like, is it safe to look yet?
Do you know the SpongeBob episode, that horror episode where he's starting to bite his nails and then he starts eating his arms?
Oh,
this is how I feel.
It's been
this
a while since I've watched that. Yeah.
The first half made me so freaking angry. No, really. For real, I was yelling so extremely. I don't know if you saw it, but you said you did. Yeah. That my father came up and closed the window and said, the neighbors are thinking that we're, Bella and I are having a huge trouble. No, he said it is so loud down there, but man, this is football. Come on. I can't sit there and be quiet.
Well, it was still early morning here watching that, and when I heard when you told me about that, I pictured like on comedy scenes where you hear like somebody yelling and it's a city where it's dark, and then all of a sudden you see the lights in the windows start turning on all over the neighborhood. I'm like, that's probably happening over there right now. Everybody's kind of like walking outside, looking around, like, where is that coming from? Who's dying?
Yeah, who is dying there? Or who is killing each other?
I know.
But come on. The situation where I think the first chance which Fürth had was in the 4th minute.
Yeah.
And in the 13th minute they scored.
Yeah, Rosh, I think his name is. I have the timeline here on my.
Oh, okay. At least someone of us is prepared. Well, you know, it would be a little tough for me to read at this screen and sitting like this in front of it. So no, the first half was complete. Just forget about the first half. It made me so angry. The Fürth could play how they want. Yeah. In their own half of the pitch, they passed the ball like for half an hour, it felt like, and no one of us got to them or tried to get the ball. No, nothing. And they got chance after chance after chance after chance. Mm-hmm. And Lute was the only guy who played with balls, if you ask me.
Oh yeah.
Without him, the halftime score would be 4 or 5-0.
Oh yeah. In the commentary, when he was on the ground and he was going to the left and then to the right, and then it was the most acrobatic keeper action that I've seen in a while. You know, to see him bouncing from left to right and adjusting to where the opponent is. I mean, he's really not young. He's in his upper 30s, I think. But to see his athleticism there was really impressive to me.
It was. We had like 2 situations where he was just like going like this from side to side. Just insane. He is a really good player, and I think he is. You said he isn't in his 30s, which is right, but because of that, he has so much experience and can think like an attacker thinks, and what he's going to do, which is very important, of course, that he can read the situation and the game, and this is so much. That means a lot for us.
Oh yeah, very important.
Very important for us. Yeah, there you go.
I've noticed now, because we talked about the first half, like our track record this year is we've been a team of halves. We
Yeah.
play one bad half and then we come back with a good, or we start good and we end bad. It's like, can we put two halves together in one game and just like bulldoze over teams? I mean,
Yeah.
we can do it if we play in that same mindset. If we can do it for both halves, we'd be really...
The thing I was asking myself was, we played so freaking good, both halves, or even all four halves, against Freiburg.
Yeah.
We played so good, with so much passion. And then I see a half like the one against Fürth, and I have no clue why.
Yeah.
It felt like, we call it bloodless, or lifeless.
Yeah.
There was
like they're zombies walking around on the pitch.
It was so slow. There was no even passes over 8 meters doesn't got to the teammate. You know. Yeah. And I have no idea why. And then at the end of the first half, we got our shit together and tried to play football. Yeah. And we had this huge chance where I don't know who was it, but we kicked the ball, the keeper of Fürth got it, and it let it drop, and we had another chance, and we kicked the ball again, exactly to the opponent player.
Yeah.
I got nuts, really. I lost my mind.
We call those brain farts. You know, when your brain just takes a break for about 2 seconds.
Yes.
And that's what happened to them, too, at the end. The third goal that Redondo put in, you know, the keeper kicked it out, but he didn't kick it out hard enough. And Redondo charged in, intercepted it, and kicked it right in.
There, we're back on
that
how
was
fast
huge.
He is. Yeah.
I mean, that was a huge momentum change.
Yes.
For us.
And we're talking about the second half, which we can do right now. The start. Oh my God! How many seconds were the second half going? Like 40?
40,
and then we draw.
Helscher put one in.
Yeah. And it's so freaking fast. I was still getting all my thoughts together to prepare for the second half, and there we scored.
I want to know what was said in the locker room at halftime.
You know, once there was Bayern playing in the DFB Cup against, I think, a 4th league team or something. Mm-hmm. And they were 2 goals, 2-0, to the halftime. And I think Pep Guardiola was the coach back then. He was yelling so loud that the commentator said he could hear him and exactly what he said.
Oh, wow. From outside
outside
the
locker
cabin.
room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think same thing happened in Fürth, because it was, if you ask me, it was a completely different team on the pitch. Completely different. We played so good. Because, well, we scored in the 46th minute, and the next chance was in the 49th or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that one didn't get in, but the second one, the second big chance, and this is where we can pick up the ball from earlier. How fast is Redondo? Running, the enemy half till the ground line, and had the eyes for his teammates. Just amazing. It felt so good seeing this situation.
Yeah.
The goal was just awesome. Boyd let the ball. I don't know if Boyd did it on purpose, but he let the ball got through, and there was Wunderlich, and put the ball into the right lower corner. That was that was the situation where I completely got nuts.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I mean, that was like we were already up 2-1, but a goal like that late in the game, it's kind of like, you know, good night. You know, it's done. You're not coming back.
No.
really, those are my favorite goals. You know,
Mine too.
When Florian Florian Pick scored the second goal against Mainz in the Al, and he ran off and took his shirt off. It's kind of like, you know, you're rubbing their face in it now.
Exactly.
You
I know what you mean.
Perser, when he buried Dresden in like the 93rd minute and sled, and you see all the middle fingers coming up. You know, it's kind of like, you know, in your face.
In your face.
Yeah.
Your freaking face. But, you know, we played against Fürth once, and I've been there. And in the first half, we were 2 goals behind, 2-0. And then we were really angry. So what are you doing? You go outside and grab some beers. And we started talking. And then on the pitch, it got 2-1. 2-2, 2-3, and we were still outside talking. And the bar lady said, "You're standing here. You know that your team is winning." And I was looking at her and saying,
"What?
I'm talking here. Leave me alone." I turned around and kept talking to my brother. It was a real great day.
Wow.
Okay, we didn't saw the victory, but we were celebrating with all the other guys, of course.
Hey, but you were there.
I was there.
And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and this is what the chat always said. Matze, keep calm. We turned around games before against Fürth. Just keep cool. But I was... No. Sometimes this is why I'm sometimes very happy not to see what's going on the pitch when I'm standing in the stadium.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you said it, the last goal, the 1-2-3, was so strange.
Yeah.
The situation where the keeper of Fürth got the ball. He put it on the ground, and he wanted to pass it over to his teammates, and Redondo was there just getting the ball and kicked it in. There you go. It reminded me I don't know if you saw it, but the goal of Darmstadt against Hansa Rostock.
Okay, no, I didn't even see any of that match.
Okay, the situation is as follows. The keeper got the ball, put it on the ground, and all the all the Hansa Rostock players are running into the enemy half, and the keeper was focusing on where he's going to kick the ball. Yeah, and all of a sudden a Darmstadt player just ran toward him, stole the ball, and put it in.
Oh, wow.
But even more, it reminded me on the goal from Darmstadt against Rostock. Reminded me more on, I don't know if you remember, but when Lennart Grill was standing
in Nuremberg
against Nuremberg, yeah.
And the guy was behind him. Yeah, and I remember seeing that happen. I was in the West Curve, and I remember him just drop the ball, and the guy literally just went like this. He's like, and it went right in. I'm like, what just happened here? Can he do that? I thought you had to let the goalie kick the ball away, because I was still new to the sport, but I saw that happen.
Yeah.
And it was like shot. It was like seeing a train wreck, and you don't know how to react.
Exactly. Same thoughts over here. Same thoughts over here.
But he salvaged it later.
This is what I just want to say.
Kick, and he stopped it. He saved the day. So he went from GOAT or loser to the winner.
From zero to hero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh man. So we won against Fürth, won our first away game this season. In the second away game, so 50% were pretty good. And even if you ask me, the 2-2 against Kiel was good as well. Mm-hmm. So here is the thing for our viewers. My good friend and I were talking before we started the recording, and I promised him a little surprise. Here it is. The fans of K-Town were driving by car, by bus, and by train. And how do you call the guy who is driving the train? A tender?
Conductor?
Conductor?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He said he's not going to keep driving because the fans of K-Town are way too loud, and he was expecting the situation to escalate or to get out of hand. So he stopped the train.
Like, what are they going to do? Sabotage the train? Come on.
I have no idea. And he stopped the train and called the cops. So there's not just the cops, but we call it Unterstützungskommando. It's called the USK.
Okay.
These are the guys which you, especially in Bavaria, you don't want to make any kind of trouble with them. Because especially in Bavaria, they're breaking your fingers and then ask if there's something wrong. These are real. These were the same policemen were running into the block after the game against 1860 back then. Okay. Yeah. And this is no fun. So, but they got there, and even the boss of the cops there, the Einsatzleiter, said, okay, the fans are loud, but there's no violence, there's no vandalism in the train, nothing.
They're just having a good time.
Exactly, and he said even the volume wasn't so hard that the how do you call him?
The conductor.
The conductor can't drive anymore. So even the cops said, "Come on."
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, but they were in a little stop there. And that was a real fun situation, I guess. Yeah, this is the story I wanted to tell you, because I've never heard something like this where the conductor said, "Okay, I'm not going to drive anymore. I call the cops." That the conductor sometimes says he's not going to drive anymore and makes some. Through the speakers, like stop
like an announcement,
stop the jumping, or if you not stop singing or something. This we have heard that a lot of times, but stopping and calling the cops, I've never heard that before. So that means that the K-Town fans are pretty fun.
I would love to find video footage of that train ride. If you could find that.
If I can get my hands on it, I'll send you.
Send me a message on WhatsApp or whatever. I would love
of course.
I'm sure there's got to be somebody had to have recorded that with their handy or whatever.
I bet.
And saved it, but yeah.
I'll bet.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that cabin car. You know?
Oh man, but at the end of the day, I'm so happy with that victory, and I really hope that the team try to make the second half in the next game against Magdeburg the first and the second half, that we play more consistent.
And this is going to be a really interesting match, considering that we were both in the third league last year. So it's kind of like an old friend that you haven't seen in a while. Oh, I remember playing you last year.
Yeah.
Now we're both up here now. It'll be interesting to see how, with us being up near the top and they're in the bottom, how that kind of plays into the mindset going into that match, how they're going to respond to it.
Yeah, especially when you see that the situation on the table is almost swapped.
Yeah.
Because, well, as I said, Magdeburg were on top of the table.
Yeah, but they spent all year on top last year.
But now they're fighting not against the relegation, but 4 points, not to get in the problem, to fight real the relegation.
Yeah.
And but on the other hand, I think we have the advantage of our fans, which is very important. But on the other hand, Magdeburg also has a real good fan base. And they will fill the guest block in total, I guess.
Okay.
But it's the Betzenberg. And this curve could make victories happen. So, yeah. So, we have a new guy in our rows.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up here. Let me pull up his information here on transfer market. Robin Bournemouth. from
or
Paderborn.
Or Bormut. We have no idea how his name is pronounced.
Robin B.
Robin B. That sounds freaking awesome. Hello, I'm Robin B. I don't need a total last name. I'm good enough.
And he is from, he's 26 from Gross Wordheim, if I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah. Gross Wordheim, yeah.
Center back. Don't see much information on him playing this year. I don't know if he was maybe a bench rider or...
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately. But he was... he started his career in Karlsruhe, but he was mainly playing in Düsseldorf.
Okay.
But now he was playing for Paderborn, but at the preparing for the season, the situation were that the defense got completely different than expected, and he didn't make a huge role in it. So we borrowed him from Paderborn. He is, I think, 1.90 m big.
Yeah.
Which is very, very important for our for the standards. Because we're having problems with standards, if you ask me, when it comes to enemy standards like corners or free kicks. Now we have a guy who is big enough to handle the situations.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of short people. We need to get a little bit of height in there.
Exactly, I think, yeah.
And that's why Terrence Boyd is really amazing when it comes to like a corner or a header. He's kind of tall. I mean, I think he's probably at least 6 feet, maybe one.
He is 1.86 m.
86.
I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So
he's pushing 6 feet tall. Which,
6 feet plus.
Yeah. That gives you a little bit of an advantage when you're going up for when you're boxing out for a header and trying to get that position. Really hard to do that when you have guys like a Florian Pick. He's a really Dominic Schad, or even Redondo is kind of short.
Yeah.
To get that length in there is very important.
It is.
Even for a defender. I don't care who scores. If you can get up there and get your head in there, anybody can head the ball in.
Exactly. So. And I think he scored 4 times last season, if I got this correctly.
I looked at his stats earlier. 4 goals from last year. Yeah.
But he is a defense player, so this is a good result for a defense player.
Yeah. I mean, look at Kevin Krause. He scored quite a few goals in the third league for us as a defender. He's a bigger, taller guy.
Yep.
Not really. He's not built like really athletically like Terrence Boyd, where he's kind of muscular. He's kind of thin, but he's got that length. So if he can get that head up and get position, height really plays a big role in those situations. Yes,
indeed. Yeah. Especially corners or something where if you are 1.90 m, you are higher than some people could even jump. So
yeah,
this is a good thing, a real good thing.
No, but I got shared a photo today of possible transfers. There's a Nikolai Rapp from Werder Bremen that they say maybe 73% chance that he'll come here. There's a Philipp Clement from VfB Stuttgart, and another name, Aaron Opoku from Hamburg, which they say 47% chance. And I've not heard very good things about Opoku. I know Clement and Rapp are both. I guess Clement is from the region, the K-Town area. Have you heard any rumblings about those guys?
Usually, I'm not a huge fan of rumors because these are just rumors, and you can talk about them for hours, and in the end, there's nothing real what you got in your hands, you know?
Yeah.
But you just said, how's the name? Oboku, right?
Oboku, yeah, from Hamburg. Yeah.
There were two things which got in my mind immediately. He said that he was insulted with racist words like the N-word. But in the end, it turns out that it was not correct. So this is not cool, because racism happens, and I'm strictly against it. And
when you lie about it, you don't help the
exactly. You're not talking shit about it.
Yeah.
Because if there's really something, if you're calling the wolf all the time, nobody believes you. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, exactly.
But I don't know if you saw he got a red card in his last game. The situation was as followed. Hamburg was playing, and he's in the team of Hamburg. He got in a 2 fight with a guy, and the guy fell over. Oboku he was getting up and ran to the ball, but the guy hold his feet, just hold it, like this, like really holding his feet.
Oh wow!
And then he did something really, really stupid, really, really dumb. He kicked with his other feet right into the guy's chest. So you don't do this. This is nuts, man. This is stupid. You need to keep your temper.
Yeah, keep your wits about you pretty much, and
yeah, you know. This is way too hard. So I think he will be banned for 5 games at least. Yeah. But if he's going to K-Town, the 5 weeks is enough to find your place in the team. So,
yeah.
But let's see what's going to happen. Our coach says there aren't going to be. Oh, have you heard the what he said in the press conference?
I remember him mentioning that, you know, hey, are you guys going to be active in the transfer? And he said something along the lines, we're going to be like a 747 or some kind of aircraft that's just going to be constantly, you know, on the lookout for things to improve the club. So that's kind of what I took it.
To explain this a little more, in Germany, when there is the season is going on, we have still the period of transfers, right?
Yeah.
So players like Bormuth, which is coming right now, he's in a team, but he still swaps to us, comes to us. So this is what we call the Stellgleis. So that means that in a train station you have sometimes like a lot of rails where all the wagons and stuff get put, and so everything gets organized. And the guy from the newspapers asked if there is coming a train, and is it an ICE, so an intercity express, so a real fast one.
My favorite train.
Yes.
I've ridden those many times over there. I love them.
Yeah, they are really good when they're on time.
Yeah.
And our coach
50 chance.
Exactly. And our coach said, no, it's not going to be an ICE train. It's going to be a Boeing 747. So I'm looking forward what's going to happen. He said at least 2, maybe 3 players are coming. So the first one is here. Let's see what's going to happen. We have still till the 1st of September. So there's still a little bit of time. What, from the guys you just said, what are your favorites? Would you say we need this one?
I haven't really had the time to research them very adequately. But
you see the position where they're playing. Where are your thoughts? Like, do we need more in the defense, a midfielder who is passing the ball wherever it's needed, or do you think we need? I
think we need a field commander. Somebody to be the catalyst for the offense, to open up passing lanes, to be aware of opportunities to advance the ball. One of my only complaints about the season so far is our lack of possession of the ball. Every match that we played this year, we have held the ball between 32 and 38% of the match, which is really now we've made the most of our opportunities, but when you're giving the team the ball for 60% of the match, you're essentially saying, here's all these opportunities to score.
Exactly.
We need to find a way to control the ball, at least make it 50-50, where it's more equal. But when you're on defense all the time, you don't have an opportunity to score on defense. You have to have the ball. So I would like a guy that will kind of be that catalyst that gives us more of an offensive weapon. Maybe not a guy that's going to score a lot of goals, which will be nice, but somebody that can have that vision on the field that when he gets to the ball, he can see where, hey, here's a lane, here's Redondo streaking down the right side. I know where he wants the ball. Just a field general, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think.
So having the ball for a longer time doesn't mean that we're going to win, because, as you said, we have just like 40%, just rounded up, the ball, and we win. But it would be way better.
With fire. You're playing with fire.
Exactly.
If that's every game,
perfectly
every
said.
year, you're eventually going to get burned when a team like that has a lot of offensive weapons, and you give them that many opportunities, you're really playing a very dangerous game. We're lucky that we have a good keeper. Lutha is a really good keeper.
He's awesome. I don't know if you saw the notes, the marks. How do you call them? When you get like a test in school and you get like
the grades.
The grades. He got a 1.1 from Der Betze brennt, which is insanely good.
Fantastic website, by the way. I follow them every Sunday or Saturday after the match, and then usually Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday they're coming out with articles.
Exactly. I always check like at least 2 times a day what's going on the Betze brennt.
Yeah, and I'm on their Facebook page, so I get notified when something is posted. And if it's not posted directly by them, I'm seeing something that's being shared to me from a friend that's on that page. So I still have a lot of access to information, even over here. It's lucky.
Thanks to the internet.
Most of my Facebook comments or things that show up are still German. So it's like I've never really left. I can open up my app and, it's all German. Okay. Oh, there's a transfer notification. It's neat. It helps me, stay connected to the club that way, And
it feels like you're home from home away.
Exactly.
So the Betze brennt is, I highly recommend for everyone who's interested in what's going on in K-Town, in Kaiserslautern, with everything around our beloved club. Der Betze brennt is the page to go to. And the new one is Treffpunkt Betze. Is also very, very good.
Yeah. Maybe on your end, you can put a link to these websites in the description. Anybody that's here in America like I am, if you're running Google Chrome, or if you're running, like I'm running a Mac right now with Safari, you can easily translate that page. Sometimes the results are pretty funny. Like
I guess.
Mike Wunderlich, when you translate that name, I got to find out what the translation is. I know sometimes on Facebook, Kaiserslautern translates to imperial slaves. It's just like, I'm like,
that is funny. Imperial slaves
here, Facebook. Come on, there.
What the hell is going on with you?
What the hell is wrong with you, dude?
Imperial slaves.
Mike Wunderlich if you translate kicker.de to English, is called whimsical.
What?
Yeah.
What is whimsical?
English is whimsical. Like, whimsical is kind of like a cute thing. You know, if you see like a little music box with like a little spinning ballerina that plays, you know, when you turn the key and it makes music, it's whimsical. It's
okay.
cute, funny, but I guess I'm going to have to call Mike whimsical from here on out.
You have to. You are a cute little dancing ballerina. This is what Google says.
German literally on these websites like Facebook or Google. It doesn't take everything into context. It's pretty much just verbatim. So you're reading through these things and you're trying to piece what they're trying to say, and you're like, oh, it's kind of weird looking, but it works.
It works, yeah.
But yeah, if you wanted to put those websites in a description video,
I will. I definitely will.
Definitely helpful.
It is.
And then the Packstation Vancouver is another one if you're into the. I like it. I like the ultra scene. I like watching supporter groups really put these big displays together. That's really fun for me to watch. Another good website.
Also, very, very good website, yeah. They always keep you updated what's going on in the ultra scenes in Germany, from the lowest level to the highest ones.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. When I'm talking about the highest level, have you heard about Dortmund against Bremen?
No, not yet.
Oh my god. Just let me tell you. Dortmund was in lead by 2 goals, 2-0, till the 89th minute, and lost against Bremen.
Oh, wow.
7 minutes, 3 goals for Bremen. The first time ever where in the Bundesliga a team was 2 goals ahead and lost.
Oh, wow.
in the 89th minute.
Okay.
That is so great. And just if you have time, look it up. There is a video on YouTube from Fußballmafia.
Okay, I follow that group. Yeah.
And they posted a video on their YouTube channel where you can see it from the Bremen fan side. So they just got crazy. It is amazingly. I highly recommend this video.
And Bremen just got promoted last year, right? They're back up in the Bundesliga. They were in the second league last year and they got promoted, right? Or
yes.
Season ago. Okay, yeah. And I think we have a friendship with them. I'm not sure if that's still an active friendship. Okay.
Unfortunately, it's not really active anymore. Yeah. But like old-fashioned football fans, like I am, and a lot of my friends are, we have still the friendship going on. But of course, we didn't meet this often in the last 10 years, so there is no way to make this friendship live up again. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like Wappie Stuttgart. I think we have a fan friendship with them, but
yes,
it's more of the older people. I know when I went down there to a match in 2019 against Holstein Kiel, I had my Betze hoodie on. I traveled with 3 or 4 guys from Betzebrut, which was the fan club that I was in, and they were really impressed that an American from K-Town, let alone an American, made the trip all the way there to I was in the Cannstatter, which was really fun. I was in there with Kommando Cannstatt and their ultra scene, and it was really, I mean, that Mercedes-Benz Arena is a beautiful park. It really is an amazing place to watch a game. But I felt nothing but warmth and welcome from the Stuttgart fans there. Didn't have one comment negative toward me. So in my opinion, I think the friendship is still a thing. I don't know how that is, but yeah.
To Stuttgart, it is pretty active, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're supporting each other. Like really, not every game, but a lot of games.
Yeah.
There are always friends from Stuttgart or out in the West.
Hooligans in town during derby matches.
Yes.
Rhein-Neckar Phils, I think. Rhein-Neckar Phils.
Yeah.
I've seen them in town. I think the last time I saw them was during maybe with Dresden. I'm not sure, but definitely when Mannheim or Saarbrücken was in town.
Yeah.
I always saw them in and amongst the hools from our city. So
I really love friendships between two teams.
Yeah.
I really appreciate them.
Yeah.
The same thing to 1860.
Mm-hmm.
They are playing so good.
Oh, they're perfect.
Oh my God!
15 points.
5 games, 5 victories. What could you more ask for?
Yeah.
This is just awesome, and I'm so happy for them. Let's see.
I want them to promote this year. We need to get them back. I mean, we both need to get back up to where we belong. Founding members of the Bundesliga, the working man's team. Everybody will. There's two. A friend of mine said, "How do you support the smaller team in Munich?" I'm like, well, Bayern is the corporate club, not an original member. 1860 is kind of like your working class. I'm a factory worker. I go to work every day. This is a traditional club. That to me is much more important than success.
Very good said. And Munich is blue.
Yep. München ist blau. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
But we'll see. I would love for 1860 to promote. I would love to see Mannheim promote, just because I want that rivalry back.
Me
it doesn't
too.
feel the same without them around. I mean, we have Karlsruhe, and that's a good rivalry, but it's not the same without our Baracklers.
It's not the same without our Baracklers.
Nope.
But funny story, we were just throwing ideas back and forth, and a friend of mine and I, could you imagine the following situation? We stay in the league, Karlsruhe stays in the league, 1860 get promoted, 1860, Mannheim gets promoted, Saarbrücken wins the relegation games, gets promoted, and Eintracht Frankfurt gets relegated. As well as Mainz. Could you imagine this? Like
that would be
every 2 weeks you have a derby.
That would be 10 derby matches in 1 year. 5 away and 5 at home. Wow.
For us, but for the cops in the southwest, this is. Then they have the game between Saarbrücken and Mannheim, Saarbrücken and Karlsruhe, Saarbrücken and Frankfurt. Then Mannheim against Karlsruhe. And, oh my God, this would be so extreme.
The Polizei would have like advertisements on every train, bus, or building saying, we need help. We're looking for you. We need cops.
We need you to be a policeman for 1 day.
Yeah. We'll pay $10 an hour.
Food not included.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring your own beer.
Yeah. We'll give you shoes, but you have to buy everything else.
I was just talking to Mark, a good friend of mine. I don't know if you know him, but he's also doing this YouTube stuff here. Everything about K-Town, of course. And he said he was in Fürth, and the police were standing there with riot gear. Why? Don't ask me. It's the Bavarian police. And he was like, why so angry? What we're doing nothing. We're just standing here. And one cop just pulled out his tonfa, and he was like, okay, please bring me the boss of you. I just want to say that this is not an appropriate kind of behavior. We need to keep this situation calm and cool. And you just do this. Why? Yeah. And then the policeman, the other one who was standing next to him, just bounced to him like this with his arm, and then he put it back. And This is no behavior, man. You don't do this.
Like, I know we have a reputation for being rowdy, especially at home, but, you know, come on. Like, I remember going on the road and hearing people say, oh, it's a high-risk game or whatever they call that when, you know, two teams that are volatile. Like, I can understand Saarbrücken, Mannheim, Mainz. Those are actually honest-to-God derbies. But when you just have, maybe you have fans that are rowdy, but it's not like we're just going to go out of control and go ape shit and start breaking windows or whatever. But it doesn't really present a good view of other people, you know.
Exactly. And there was one of the biggest newspapers in our area. It's called the Rheinpfalz. They posted how do you call this? An article.
Yeah.
That the Erste FCK is responsible for the biggest amount of money costs for the police in Rheinland-Pfalz. And of course, all the comments were like, and the taxpayer has to pay for it. What the hell? The teams should pay and stuff. And I was like, I'm a football fan. I work and I pay tax. Am I not paying for it by myself?
Yeah, exactly.
And then I started to make a calculation where I showed that the K-Town fans are paying for not just their own police costs, but for whole Rheinland-Pfalz.
Yeah.
And no response, no answer, no nothing.
Yeah.
If you keep it,
just imagine what the situation would be if we weren't there. Like, look at all the years in the third league where we had maybe 13,000 fans at the stadium every year.
Yeah.
Now we're in the second league. I think every match has been sold out at home, hasn't it, so far?
No. We have because our stadium is really, really huge. We have round about 50,000 people, which are fitting in the stadium. We have an estimate of 35,000.
Yeah, 35,000. Yeah.
So
which is, I was going to think. Yeah.
And this is way better than, let's say, Augsburg First League, Mainz First League, and even in the second league we have after Hannover and Hamburg, we have the biggest estimate, and you can't compare a city like Hannover with round about 500,000 people, my guess, or Hamburg with more than 1 million people living there. You can't compare it to K-Town with 100,000 citizens, you know?
Yeah.
We have a huge and very good base.
That's complaining, we're not only paying for the cops to be there.
Yeah.
Look how much money we're putting into the local economy.
Exactly.
Bars, restaurants, hotels, people that are now traveling from all over Germany to come to K-Town to watch a match. They're filling up the hotels. This
is what I also wrote, and the money which I was calculating were just the money which the people earn each month, where they have to pay tax. Yeah. But the tickets, they have tax too. If we drink, if we eat, we pay tax too. We buy, we drive with the car, we take the train, we pay tax. So if you include everything, just what the fans do, and if you start including like what the Erste FC Kaiserslautern itself pays tax, this is just stupid and making a discussion just emotional to the, let's say, I don't want to call them stupid, but a little dumb. You know what I mean? Oh my God, it costs so much money, it needs to stop. Could you start calculating the situation and then say something like this? Yeah.
And I guarantee you the people that are making that kind of a comment are probably not football fans, period.
No. And they say exactly what they say is, I'm not a football fan, I don't need football and blah, blah, blah. But man, on the other hand, they like going into museums. no problem about it. But
Yeah.
this is going through my tax as well. Or theaters, like not the cinemas, but theaters where real actors play, also paid by tax. This is we are a community, and everyone has to do something for making this community running. And football is so expensive, so important for so many people. Come on, in Germany there are more people active in football than England has citizens.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. And I got a really cool example about taxing. Whenever they built the new stadiums here in Cleveland, the baseball stadium, the Browns stadium, they have really implemented what's called a sin tax. So they'll put a tax on alcohol and cigarettes. So anytime you buy a pack of smokes or a case of beer, a little chunk of that money is going towards the building of the stadium. So whether you're a sport fan or not, your money, if you buy alcohol or you smoke tobacco, that money is going into the stadiums here. And it's really funny, in America here, we can't smoke in our stadiums.
You're not allowed to smoke in the stadiums.
Nope, you have to go outside. So
oh my God.
The people that helped fund these stadiums and build them with their, buying a carton of cigarettes a week are not allowed to smoke in there. So
that is
there's
strange.
A little bit of a twist right there.
A little twist right there. Yeah, you said it. Yeah. But man, taxes. Who likes to pay taxes?
Nobody. I think the government's the biggest crook of them all. I would rather have the mafia in charge because they will only cut a little bit off the top and let the rest, As long as Don Corleone's getting his little cut, everybody else is happy.
That is unfortunately very true. So, what is to get back to football itself? What are your expectations for the upcoming game on Sunday against Magdeburg?
I would like to see a shutout. I want to see a 2-0 or a 3-0 shutout. Okay. I think we have the manpower to make that happen. And this will be at home, right? This will be a home match?
It will be a home match.
Okay. So I would like to see a 2-0 or a 3-0 shutout. I think we can handle it. I think Terrence Boyd is going to get back on the board again. I love watching him score. I mean, just he's omnipresent everywhere in that box when the ball is in there. Yeah. I would like to see him score. I would like to see Redondo get in, and I would like to see Hirscher put another goal in there.
Agreed. That sounds
3-0,
good. Sounds good.
3-0 would be my tip. If I was to bet money, I would say 3-0.
Do you think that Nihus will still be in the starting team? Because, not to point my finger at him, but he was the one who didn't score against Hier. He was mainly responsible for the 2 goals from Kiel. And if you asked me, in the first half in Fürth, he was in the game and it didn't work out in any kind of way. But in the second half, Chifchi came and everything worked perfectly.
I've not been able to watch a lot of matches in their entirety because ESPN, which is what, carries the matches here from Sky, they don't show every match. So,
okay.
If I can't watch the match, I'm kind of stuck watching highlight videos from YouTube from Sky, or I watch your live stream. But from what I've been able to tell up to now, is he's really done nothing positive. So in my opinion, he can ride the bench and let the people that are making an impact start.
Hopefully.
I don't know where he came from. I don't really know his history too much. But I've not heard anything positive about him from anybody this year.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Now, what's your tip for Magdeburg?
I don't want to make a exact prognosis, but I think Magdeburg just won one game, 4 losses, 4 of them they lost, and outlook pretty good for us for a victory, because as I said earlier, the fans will be there, the stadium will be packed, especially the West Curve. The mood and spirit after the game in Fürth is pretty good, if you ask me. So I'm optimistic that we're going to win this one.
Yeah. Nothing like a little bit of home cooking.
Exactly. Okay, brother. Then I would say we have... Or do you have anything more to say?
Nope.
Nope.
That's about it from my end here. I will be checking in on ESPN later to see if that match will be upcoming. If not, then I will be watching your stream, of course. And, well, you'll be in the block. So...
I will be, of course. Looking forward to it, man.
Oh, yeah. Have a beer for me.
Definitely. Okay.
Or maybe 2 or 3. Don't just
maybe even more. Let's see. Okay, brother. Then cheers. Thank you that you... Cheers. First up, drinking.
I'm empty. Only brought one down. I have to go get more later.
So thank you once again for the awesome talk. It is always a huge pleasure for me, and I highly appreciate this here. And
this is fun.
It is.
I mean, I enjoy doing it just to talk to a friend, but knowing that other people might get a little bit more information, it's almost like we're doing a public service.
Exactly, we're doing public service. There are many people. Oh, brother, your connection is going down. Brother?
Oh, there it goes. Now we're good. I think. Yep, I'm here.
Yeah. Yes, you're back again. Hello? Do you read me? Oh no! Hello?
Here.
Hello?
I hear you.
Oh, you're back again, fortunately. Hello, brother? Technical difficulties. I'm sorry, guys. I have to end this video small in the corner, but bro, thank you so much for your time. It was a huge pleasure. And as you said, it feels like a public service because there are so many people who love K-Town all around the world, and the idea which you got is just awesome. Thank you once more, and yeah, I'm looking forward to our next video.
Oh, it's gonna be good, man. Let's hope the team keeps rolling right along. We're at 10 points. What did they say? 40 points was the goal for the season. 3 more to go. So let's fight for class preservation. But hey, we're right up. We're right up in the top. Let's hang on to that. Maybe we can be the first team in the Bundesliga to go up and then go up again. I don't know if that's ever happened before.
It happened before, but we can get into the same class.
That would be amazing.
It will be. Okay, brother. Thank you. And for all you guys, thanks for watching, and we see you in the blog.
And we will see you from the couch.